Hi everybody, Phil from Go Develop. Looking forward to this little presentation because it's a key feature of what Go Develop can offer, not just in property searching but in management of your flow and your work. So here we go. From your landing page, just hover over your account area where the menu will drop down and you'll see MySpace. Click MySpace and it's going to take you initially to a blank overview page where if you create more than one board you're going to get a display of which board you want to select. In this case it starts empty and it's just an overview. So first task is to click on the add board, name that board and create it. It automatically then takes you to the board, which is, imagining it as being a whiteboard. In that whiteboard you can draw lines and each line is a column and each column is a list, and in each list has a post-it note. So the lists are created by selecting this add list, or you just name it and then create it. So list 1, click save and your list is created. Now I need to maybe add a second list for a different task, or a third, or as many as you need, and it just keeps going and getting wider and wider and wider. So within these lists now we have an option add cards for each of the lists, and let's click on that and add what is now going to be, as I said, imagine it as being an intelligent post-it note. So card 1, list 1, whatever you're going to call it. Add another card, card 2, list 1. You may want to add cards in each, just as a practice. And it's simply by adding those to each of the lists. Now you have cards created. You can add content to that by clicking on each of those cards. You can just close that down, click on a different one. You get the same set of features coming up. The idea behind what the flow of this is you're creating the list to mimic a process in your business. It might be how you appraise a particular property, so from viewing, appraising, offer accepted in legals, those kind of steps and processes. And they imagine these as being individual buildings or properties. So as you've done one task you can move it to the next board and track it. So you just click and hold and you can drag to wherever you want that list to be. So for this first list, we'll just click on it, open the menu, and then you can start adding functionality to it. You maybe made a mistake and you just want to delete it. Well, this doesn't really delete. We have a menu function where we can move it to an archive. I'll talk about that later, but that archive can be restored or completely deleted permanently. So each of these items, the labels, it's really just a color coding. You might want to create a label of your own for something specific color, and it'll add to that list. You might want to use a traffic light system, for example, to monitor particular situations with the task that's going on. But let's say this one's green. And then basically a time plan. So when did that item come into your knowledge, or when did you create it? When is it going to start? Right, I'm going to start that next Monday because it's the weekend. When do you want to? When is it due by? Must be by the last Friday of the month. And when is it going to end? Well, that's probably going to end when the flow of the project ends. We can add members to the team. We'll go through that section in a separate paragraph if you like. Add a description. For that particular property or whatever it's going to be, you can add a checklist. You may need to know that certain tasks have been done. So again, just on add checklist, click that. It gives you a default title. Call it whatever you need. And when you click on the save button, you're then presented with another input box, and that is one of the check boxes. So check one. And as you hit enter or click save, you get another empty box to create another checklist item. And you can keep doing that as long as you need it. So now you've got 3 check boxes in there. As that task moves forward, whatever your process is, you just check that and you can keep a track. Subtasks will be part of a separate tutorial because it's quite extensive. Attachments, click on add attachments. It's what it says, so you can drag and drop from a clipboard or just grab a file and add a file to it from your own PC. So if you hit the drag and drop, you just copy a file into there and it'll upload it to your PC. So if, and then the last item at the bottom is an activity track where you can enter comments. Everybody collaborating in this card can add comments. So as we try to spell properly, click on comment, and nothing seems to have happened, but you'll see there's now a scroll bar's grown, and now you see that comment. So we'll write another comment, spelled correctly this time. Click comment, and now you've got the 2, and you'll see that the latest comment is at the top of the list. So you could be adding notes for somebody. If that person is added as a member of this card, they will get notified by the email that something's changed on that card. There's not necessarily a save. We just click off that list back on the board, and now all that details is still there, and do the same for the others. As these tasks, we created a checkbox. The first task has been done, so actually as the lists can move, so can the cards, and we just slide it across wherever it wants to be, under whichever list you need it to be in. And that's the first part really. There's going to be another tutorial to go into some of the account details and the collaboration, but I hope you find that useful and feel it's a blank space. Use it as well as you can. Once you've done your work on your card, there's a menu item at the top, all boards. That's the overview again. It's going back to the overview. So you can see the new board was created. Had we created more boards, they would be there, but now we can just, from that overview, click on my board, and we're back to the board again. Wherever you want things to move, just click, hold, drag, and move it to where you want. Add cards, add lists, etc. So hope you found that useful. Part 2 will be in full detail on the collaboration. So thanks for watching. See you soon.